Intel stock, the only video you need to see. Welcome back to our YouTube channel Shareholdr. In today's video, we are going to talk Intel stock and everything you need to know about Intel stock. Chip manufacturing giant Intel has been in trouble lately. Intel shares fell sharply after the last 8 quarterly earnings reports. However, with the new leadership at the helm, some investors may be wondering, is Intel shares worth a buy right now? The Santa Clara, California-based company dominated the era of personal computers thanks to its close association with Windows software maker Microsoft and what has been called the Wintel Alliance, but the growth of smartphones and other computing platforms has diminished their influence. In 2021, Samsung overtook Intel to become the world's #1 semiconductor supplier by revenue, said by research firm Gartner. Samsung held a 13% market share compared to Intel's 12.5%. Last year, Intel had the slowest growth rate among the top 25 vendors at just 0.5%. Intel lost market share due to rival advanced micro devices and central processing units or CPUs for PCs and servers, and Intel's Apple and Microsoft customers are switching to self-designed chips. Intel investing in manufacturing. In February 2021, Pat Gelsinger, former CEO of VMware, took over as CEO of Intel. Gelsinger previously served as Intel's Chief Technology Officer. Gelsinger is committed to returning Intel to a leadership position in semiconductor manufacturing. The company has lagged behind Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing's chip foundry, which already mass produces chips on a 5nm scale. Intel's current next-generation chips have a 10nm scale. The widths of the circuits on the chips are measured in nanometers, which is 1/1000th of a meter. On March 15th, Intel revealed its intention to invest up to 80 billion, or approximately 85 billion, in the European Union over the next decade. The investments would concern research and development, production, and packaging technologies. Intel shares were up 0.9% on the news. On January 21st, Intel announced plans to invest over 20 billion to build the new state-of-the-art chip factories near Columbus, Ohio. Construction will begin this year, with production scheduled for 2025. Last year, Intel announced major expansions at its plants in Arizona and New Mexico. Intel is bringing leading capabilities to the United States to strengthen the global semiconductor industry, Gelsinger said in a press release about the Ohio facilities. Intel shares were flat on the news. On February 15th, Intel announced an agreement to push Israeli-based Tower Semiconductor chip foundry for $5.4 billion in cash. Intel shares were up 1.8% on the news. Intel stock fundamental analysis. At the end of April 28, Intel surpassed analyst expectations of the first quarter, but lost points on its outlook for the second quarter. Intel shares fell 6.9% the day after the report. Intel earned 87 cents adjusted per share on sales of 18.35 billion in the quarter end in March. Analysts surveyed by FactSet had expected Intel earnings of 78 cents per share on totals of 18.33 billion. Year after year, Intel's profit fell 35%, while sales fell 1%. For the current quarter, Intel expects adjusted earnings of 70 cents per share on sales of 18 billion. Wall Street was looking for earnings of 80 cents per share on sales of 18.34 billion in the June quarter. However, on June 7th, Intel executives said in a conference call that the near-term economic outlook is deteriorating. The next political catalyst for Intel stock could be the company's June quarter earnings report, due July 28th. Intel stock technical analysis. Intel shares hit a 19-year high of 69.29 in January 2020 before the coronavirus struck market correction. Intel shares reached their all-time high of 75.81 in August 2000, at the time of the dot-com boom and bust. In mid-March 2021, Intel shares hit a point buy of 65.21 from a loose double bottom for 1 year, according to IBD MarketSmith's daily charts. But in recent times, Intel stocks have experienced little sustaining gains after market breaks. Intel shares rose to 68.49 in early April 2021 before declining. Intel stock has a weak IBD relative strength of 27 out of 99. Stocks with the best growth generally have RS ratings of at least 80. The relative strength score shows how a stock's price performance compares to all other stocks, actions, and 52 weeks. Intel shares have low IBD composite rating of 27 out of 99. The IBD composite rating combines 5 separate proprietary ratings into one easy-to-use rating. The best growth stocks have a composite score of 90 or better. Intel income statement breakdown. Intel has 6 different operating units under its main business structure. They include Client Computing Group. CCG designs and creates end-user platforms in several ways. It focuses on growth segments for further growth, including gaming, business, and a two-in-one thin computing format. The business unit also focuses on opportunities in internet creativity. Revenue was on $7.7 billion before the second quarter of 2022, but that represented a 25% year-over-year decline. Data Center and AI Group. DCAI works on data center product development using leading Intel servers and field programmable gate array products. It also leads Intel efforts in researching and manufacturing artificial intelligence. The segment recorded revenue of $4.6 billion during the second quarter of 2022, but was down 16% year-over-year. Network and Edge Group. NEX works to create cutting-edge technology and product leadership. This helps companies with better network traffic management, higher system security, and faster processing speeds. This technology also allows for easier system expansion in the future. It led to $2.3 billion in revenue, an 11% increase. Accelerated Computing Systems and Graphics Group. AXG focuses on bringing high-performance computing and graphics to data centers, customers, and businesses. The segment recorded revenue of $186 million during the second quarter of 2022, compared to $1.77 million in the second quarter of 2021. Intel Foundry Services. IFS is the heart of Intel's operations. It is an independent company that manufactures computer chips that meet customer specifications and supplies products to consumers. It also features industry-leading testing and classification capabilities. IFS is also spearheading a major Department of Defense initiative to create a US-based commercial semiconductor foundry manufacturing base to produce vital products for the US Army and Department of Defense. Revenue reached $1.22 million last year in the last quarter, down 54%. Mobileye. Mobileye is researching and development autonomous driving and driver assistance applications for the automotive industry. Division operations cover the entire software and hardware stack required for assisted and autonomous driving. Revenues in this segment reached $460 million, an increase of 41%. Investors interested in Intel's Mobileye division should be aware that the company has unveiled an S1 to formally spin off this unit into its own company. Is Intel stock a buy right now? Intel stock is not a purchase at this time. A new foundation must be established under the right market conditions before a potential point of purchase can be established. See the IBD overview column for the current market direction. MarketSmith's pattern recognition tool shows Intel stocks in a deep one-year consolidation pattern, but Intel shares would face a tough run on a broad offering to hit the 68.59 models point of scale. On the downside, Intel shares are trading more than the 50-day moving average line where they have found resistance. It is also below the 200-day moving average line. Intel stocks lack the qualities that make CAN-SLIM stocks consistent with IBD trading principles. These qualities include steady earnings growth and market leadership. According to IBD Stock Checkup, Intel shares rank 21st out of 31 stocks in IBD's Semiconductor and Intelligence Electronics Manufacturing Industry Group. That means there are much better actions to look for in the pool. The Chip Manufacturing Group ranks 147th out of the 197 industry groups monitored by the IBD. Choosing high-rated stocks from major industry groups in a confirmed upward trend on the stock market generally increases the chance of profiting from rising stocks. Tell us in the comments section your view on the topic. That's all for today's video. If you like watching our content, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.